guys, welcome to my channel. I'm going to be sharing with you guys more of my workouts, so maybe you'll get inspired, maybe you'll pick up some tips, and you get to see how long it takes to get specific skills, which is it's a long time. It's taken me quite a while, and I'm excited about it, so I'm enjoying the journey, and that's what matters. Anywho, the workouts. So 2 days ago, Justin and I decided to go on a nature walk instead. I don't have footage of that because we don't take our phones with us, which is really nice, but I'll show you some B-roll from a while ago of nature. Ooh. But yeah, we wanted to enjoy the weather because it is finally getting out of Wisconsin winter. So we're really excited about that. We didn't want to be cooped up inside a gym. We just wanted to get out into nature. So that was just a walk day. Yesterday, of course, I started out with my regular warm-up with the band. Making sure I got my shoulder protractions and retractions, and then getting that thoracic work, and of course some ground movement. And I've been continuing with the rolling, which has been super, super nice. My spine has been feeling way better, which I'm very excited about the very quick progress in that. Of course, there's a long way to go, but I just feel better outside of my workouts too. So this has been huge for me. Then as I shared last time, I did this band routine, which is awesome for the shoulders, for the chest, for opening up the lats, for getting the side body. I can't recommend it enough. And so yeah, make sure you check out my last vlog for bigger description of it. Then right here, apparently I cut off my hands where you were supposed to see that I am warming up my wrists here, getting ready for a handstand. Today I decided to start with the variation on the box, and I started out with some shrugs to really focus on learning how to press into the ground and making sure I am activating that handstand properly. And then I continued with 20 shoulder taps for the next set. In between, I really focus on stretching out my shoulders and my lats. So these are 3 movements that I do for that. And then I went right into handstand training, and I am not stepping into it violently anymore. I am trying to focus on really popping up into the movement with more control. And I was really excited about this one because I had like a little bit of air time, and in my brain I'm like, wow, I'm staying up here a long time. And then I looked at the footage and I realized that I didn't stay up a very long time at all, but upside down, I guess time moves a little bit slower. So yeah, it still felt like a little victory to me, but I know I have a long, long way to go. That's okay though, I am enjoying this journey. I did a few more sets then of handstand against the wall. Then I continued on with some TRX Cossack squats, and these get my inner thighs like crazy, and I'm really focusing on my hip mobility and also my flexibility here. These are very uncomfortable for me. The first set is always the most challenging, and then the next 2 sets feel a lot better. So I work out a little bit unconventionally. I decided to bring in some bow staff training with some balancing on a beam. And this is just so much fun for me. Me and Justin started using balance beams in our training quite a few years ago because we took a course called MoveNat, and it got us like super excited to do that. And honestly, like, I'm so happy that I brought this into my training because even when Justin and I were on our nice little nature hike, there was a time where there was a fallen tree and I walked on it, and it got like pretty narrow at one point, and I felt confident in my abilities to be able to balance on it because I'm like, oh, I do this already at the gym. So it's just a really cool like life skill to be able to train at the gym. And the bow staff, of course, adds just like a super fun element to it. I will say it gets my shoulders so, so good. So I noticed when I do like the backspin, my rear delts feel it so much. And it's just so good because it's a sneaky way to work shoulder stability as well as strength. And I recommend it so much. If you do want to learn how to spin a bow staff, I have quite a few tutorials on my channel. Be sure to check those out. Definitely recommend them, just saying. And then I started to get ready for a little bit of planche stuff. So I started out with just one set of those shoulder shrugs using the parallettes. And then I worked on some side lying abduction with a little kick. These are so awesome for that side booty. My right side, as I mentioned before, is a little bit tighter. My left side is a little bit weaker, so it's really important to work these unilaterally. So I make sure to work both sides and strengthen them individually. Okay, so into planche training, it was rough this time. I decided to try to just get into a tuck planche, and as you can see, it was, like I said, very rough. And that's okay though. It's crazy how difficult this is for me. But I did notice that holding my neck forward isn't as strained as it was before. It feels a bit more natural. Before, I really had to force myself to look up, and I felt this huge tightness in my traps down my mid back, and now I don't feel that. So I'm like, that's progress. So I'm really excited about that. I know it's such like a little thing, but there's improvement there. And I know I have a long way to go with this tuck planche, just getting a tuck planche, but that's okay. Again, enjoying the journey and just trying my best and remembering that every day is gonna be different. So this day in particular was more challenging. I decided to do only 2 sets of those attempts at the tuck planche hold. And then I went into a lean. I feel it so much in my core in this. And again, I was able to keep my head up more without that normal strain that I had before. So progress is wonderful. And then I finished out my workout with a 1-arm hang on both arms. And I realized you can't see my feet, so I do have more footage of me actually hanging where, yeah. But this destroys my hands. Like, it hurts really bad. I have clients who are like, how do I, my hands hurt. It's like, yeah, they do. Like, that's part of it. Like, they hurt. It's part of the whole process and everything. It's just, after a while, they take a little bit longer to hurt. So it's one of those things you have to push through. I will say though, at the end, my hands were definitely the limiting factor in this one, but I did my best, and I'm gonna keep on doing these single arm hangs because dang, that stretch, oh, it's just so good. It's so good, and I know how healthy this is for my shoulders, and it'll help me with my training in the long run. So definitely recommend that. And then I got something in the mail later on. Okay, I just got back from my best friend's, and in the mail, I got my new fans. Oh, yes. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Oh. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. As you can see, I was so excited to try these out, and I tried to outside, but it was way too windy. So I just had a dance party while listening to K-pop Demon Hunters indoors instead. And I am just so happy with these fans. I love them, and I can't wait to play with them more. I was going to maybe go on another walk, but I decided to just dance. And I think that's why I like the fans so much, is because it's an excuse to dance, and I don't really know techniques. Like, I know maybe I know maybe like 2 different movements that I've learned from a video, but rather than that, it's literally me just like playing around with fans. And I think it's so much fun. I just allow myself to be silly and free. And I just hope that you guys can find some kind of flow tool for yourself that makes you just as excited and happy to move. Because I find myself right now wanting to move more now that the weather's getting warmer, now that I made some life decisions that I feel are more in alignment with me. I just want to move my body more. So very exciting. Okay, so today's workout was pretty fun. I was definitely feeling more sluggish. I'm not sure if I have a bit of allergies coming in with the springtime, but that's okay. Again, I just tried my best. I started out with the box and I tried to focus more on my toes on this one. There was a lot of thought going into these, to be honest. Trying to really have a straight spine, looking in between my hands. I had to keep reminding myself to do that. Stacking my shoulders over my hips, which was challenging, and I couldn't really do it completely yet, but that's okay. And then I did try to lift one leg up at a time, which was scary and challenging, and it made me really struggle with keeping alignment in the hips over the shoulders for sure. But I'll get there. Then I went to the wall and I tried a similar movement. Again, I really struggled with that alignment this time, but I tried my best and I'm gonna keep trying to get better at that. And it's interesting being in the movement. You feel like you're good, and then you look at footage, you're like, wow, I wasn't good at all. Then I prepped for some pistol squats, and I did these a few days ago, as some of you may have seen. I wanted to make sure my ankles were ready for the movement. And as I mentioned before, pistol squats are one of those that make me a little bit uneasy, like scared to do them. I get anxious before I attempt them. Even though I know I can do them, it's very silly. But I'm trying to get over that mental block by just getting more and more reps in and just keep on practicing and cranking them out so I feel confident, because confidence only comes from action. So I am really focusing on tackling a lot more movements that make me uncomfortable and that challenge me and that scare me, that I don't want to scare me anymore. But they went way better than last time. I felt more stable and I was able to do a few more reps. I did 3 sets of 12 total, so 6 alternating. And then I went into some planche training. I decided to do the taps that I found from the Chris Heria video. And let me tell you, like, it's a tiny movement, but so challenging, and it gets my core so much. So it's very, very cool. And yeah, I did those in between pistol squat sets. And then to finish it out, I did a superset of doing these reverse leg lifts. As I mentioned in a previous video, I am really working on these to especially get my front lever and back lever better, to be able to engage my glutes better. And yeah, I superset that with some toes to bar, another movement that makes me extremely uncomfortable, that is not very fun for me, but I want to feel more confident in them. So good for not only the abs, but also the lats, really focusing on that control. And I was able to do more this time. So I did 12 reps 3 times. I was very excited about that. So that is progress right there too. Okay, so those were my last 2 workouts. I hope you guys learned something new. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to follow me at Kitty Valkyrie on my Instagram. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That really helps out. And yeah, I just would love to hear if you had any takeaways from this video. If you are also working on any of these skills, I would love to hear it. Remember to stay patient with yourself. Enjoy the journey. That's most of it anyway. And to have fun and try new things, be silly, not take things too seriously. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.